Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my lecturers. Good evenings. This is Jome. Uh, Today, I would like to discuss about the impacts of the financial corruption in Malaysia is more bigger than COVID-19 among the Malaysians. So, let's get started. For my introduction parts, I conclude and equips for these slides with three important questions, and that is related to that issue. So I pick ups and will clarify those questions. The first one is, what is the current issue that are met by Malaysian? According to my research, although in nowadays COVID-19 cases are rising, but most of the Malaysians are not anxious about infecting coronavirus, and then they are about terrible state of um, their financials and the point of political corruptions in Malaysia. When I look at the survey, according to the survey related to about COVID-19 in Malaysia was solely the points in biggest point. So they can control the infected case of the coronavirus since they have been finished their vaccines. So if we compare to the started points, though it was uh, they are in the success point, yeah. And then according to the survey, and I got some information that some samples answered it. half is uh, Half of the survey taker was worrying about the financial current conditions and financial corruptions, and half is frightening about COVID-19 cases, and some point of the people worries about poverty and unemployment. In my opinions, by looking at a surveys before, there has been an employment in Malaysia is so high. So after the pandemic, every situation, we know that everybody is going through the hard times in order to get the flexible ends meet, even though some points can bind their households and the major purchase, and a lot of are still worrying about the financial problems. So the second is, why is the financial issue being important for every household? So according to my reach outs for some wards, if we compare with the average of COVID-19, the cases of around the world, so Malaysia is unlikely infected the most. The survey look into that low skills and informal workers. For those with lower income are more likely to be grabs to employment, especially during COVID-19. Some of the main staff from the company temporarily fired, and some of the main staff's salaries are deducted. So every citizens would like to save for the pandemic periods, uh, to save withdrawal, and they would like to rely upon the government. So the third question is how that impacts on society. So about the financial issue, that impacts on society a lot, and a lot of citizen has to miss a lot of opportunities, and for the pandemic periods, and a lot of students, according to my research, 30% of students has to lose until they conduct online learning system, and 30% of student has to lose their opportunity because they don't have important accessory, or they don't know how to access the the class, and that is why Malaysian financial issue and the COVID-19 cases is important on society like this. So for my parts, I would like to give suggestion for this issue to rein in. So during the pandemic periods, that the governments, in conjunction with corporation, should help all the citizens, and because during the pandemic and before pandemic, a lot of students has median and employment and hard times. That is why they need help from their governments. And as a second option, the government must enact legislations in order to reduce an infected case. And the state officer should explore the way in terms of analyzing and the issue for the citizens to get out from the trouble situation, and they have to fight off any problem together. For this versa, so every single part of the citizen problem will lead to the ordinary, but for the current situations and the situation is abnormal in condition. So that is all for my part, and I really appreciate for you uh, to listen my video. Thank you so much.